Today, we're going to find out whether this 30-inch scale bass can measure up to this 34-inch scale bass in a full mix, so stick around. Hey everybody, it is Aaron at Warmoth, and this is a Warmoth short scale bass. It's a SSB J-style body and a 30-inch warhead bass neck. And a while back I did a video where I compared three bass scale lengths, a 30-inch, 32-inch, and the standard 34-inch. And as part of that comparison, I mean, it was obvious that they had sound differences, but the question that I posited in that video was why a bass player would want one over the other or would want multiples. And of course, the answer came back that there are many different musical situations, many different musical contexts where one scale might work better than another. And a lot of people threw out lots of examples of songs that were recorded with a short scale bass because that's what the producer felt like sounded best in that situation. Well, today I thought we would put that to the test. So I'm going to take this bass and record, well, let me back up. I have a song that I'm working on right now, an original song, and I have recorded the bass part twice. And I'll tell you right up front, this is not like a fully mixed, fully mastered, ready for radio song. This is a song that I'm working on, and the mix is decent enough for kind of a demo stage, but I'm kind of at the stage in the song where I would start asking myself, what do I want the bass to sound like? What's going to be appropriate for this song? So I have taken both basses, this 30-inch bass, this full-size 34-inch scale bass. It is a P-bass replacement body and a Warmoth Warhead 34-inch scale neck. And I have recorded the bass part twice, and I'm not going to play you the whole entire song. I'm going to play kind of a middle section where you'll be able to hear it where the guitars are doing some clean stuff, and then there's kind of a transition as it goes into kind of a coda section where some distorted guitars come in, and then once the coda kicks in, then it's like completely distorted guitars. And so you'll be able to hear these basses in a bunch of different contexts. And I am going to play a clip of one bass soloed, then the other bass soloed, then a clip of one bass with drums, and then the other bass with drums, and then one bass in the full mix with the guitars and vocals, and the other bass in the full mix with guitars and vocals. But I am not going to tell you which is which. So after I've played those clips for you, we'll get back together again. I want you to see if you can guess which one was the short scale and which one was the standard scale. Second, tell me which one that you would choose in this musical context, in this particular song. And then lastly, well, then we'll have, I'll have the big reveal. And then lastly, I will tell you which one I chose because this is my song and I get the final say. So I will tell you which one I chose. So let's jump into it.
my love and my best friend, the piece of me I left behind. And when these white lines take me home, you're the only dream I hope to find. Oh. This dark horse is coming home. Oh, the prodigal son been gone too long. You were my love and my best friend, the piece of me I left behind. And when these white lines take me home, you're the only dream I hope to find. Oh. This dark horse is coming home. Oh, the prodigal son been gone too long.
All right, and there you have it. So tell me in the comments, before the big reveal, don't cheat. Tell me which one you think, A or B, which one you think is the short scale and which one you think is the standard scale. And I'll sit here for a minute while you post your answer. All right, and now it is time for the big reveal. Bass A is the 34-inch full scale, and bass B is the 30-inch short scale bass. So did you get it right? I don't know if I would have, honestly. I think the short scale bass actually has more low-mid stuff going on. The full scale has more high-end stuff going on, and I think that would have thrown me off. In the full mix, they're so close. I think that if I took a little bit of those low mids out of this one and maybe gave it a bump in the highs, with EQ, they would get even closer. And I will be the first to say these aren't, this isn't a scientific identical test. This has, J bass pickups. The other one's got a mix of J and P bass pickups. But these are the basses that I have. And it's never going to be a perfect test when you've got a short scale and a full scale bass anyway, because it's a given that they're going to sound different. So the question is just which one is more appropriate. So we're talking about this particular song and these two particular basses. Anyway, this one did have more woof in it. It was a little woofier. The full scale had more of a hollowness to it. It had more low end and more high end. So which one did I pick? I picked the full scale. And I think it just sits a little bit better because it doesn't have that inherent woofiness. And like I said, I could probably EQ it out of the short scale. But I thought that this just sat better right from the jump. So this is the one that I picked. This is the bass track that I'm keeping on that song. But I would like to know which one you picked and why. For me, this was a very interesting experiment. I know the difference between short scale and full scale, but this is the first time I've ever really compared them in an actual mix, in the actual context of a song where matters. So this was actually very educational and fun for me. I hope it was educational and fun for you as well. If you have questions about any of our full-scale bass parts, any of our short-scale bass parts, any of our pickups, bridges, necks, electronics, tools, t-shirts, if you got questions about any of that stuff, go to the website. If you still have questions, make sure and give our customer service reps a call. And until next time, keep on picking.